end scene. Welcome back to the Roll Initiative podcast, Claw and Order Special Cryptids Unit Edition. This is your DM, Brian, speaking. And this week I'm joined by...
Hi, I'm Ryan. I'm playing Lawrence Aberline, the Dogman of Michigan, who is also a Order of Scribes wizard. Something you guys didn't know about Lawrence. Last week I did. He was stuntman. I've done his favorite movies, his least favorite movies. I forget what else. So I'll keep it simple this time. Lawrence's favorite ice cream topping is gummy bears.
That's weird.
Atrocious.
Yeah, it's pretty bad, but very interesting. Thank you so much for sharing. I will be playing Norman, the normal human. Depressing fact about Norman, all he wants to know is himself. Short, sweet, and to the point.
Oh,
That's why we all relate to Norman so hard. We all just want to know ourselves.
Play single sag guitar chord in the back.
Done.
I'm just gonna take this pie out of the oven. Oh, that smells great. Oh, hi. I'm Mike. Fun fact. I'm playing Mikey. Mikey Pescatori. Hey, and fun fact is that part of the reason that him and his dad are banned from working together is Hudson County, the waterfront district, in the 70s. If you look it up, I'm sure you'll there was 40 car bombings in 1 year.
Jesus, guys.
Yeah, we fucked up that one. Atlantic City, that's a plus. Waterfront district, we fucked up there.
You would think that they'd be they have to be running out of explosives, but I guess if you're just fireballing everything.
Hey, there were some families that got rich, but
Oh God! Well, that was dark, and not so dark.
That's peculiar.
Play the music.
Initiative, join us on our quest. Roll initiative, you can listen part of a long rest. Roll initiative, it looks like our man has begun. Roll initiative, now it's time to have some fun.
Yeah.
Roll.
I love how we don't have to pause, but we do it anyway.
No, it's good for editing. It leaves a nice spot to be and put it right there.
I know. I just love it every time.
It also feels good in my head.
Yeah, same.
It's playing in my head. That's why I haven't started yet. It's just about to finish.
Oh, okay.
Ugh. All right. I'm glad everybody feels this. So last week, you guys got into battle with a pack of werewolves. Upon the fight beginning, both Mikey and Ruguru had to roll sanity checks. Mikey developed a fear for light and fire. Not generally the biggest problem at night in the woods, but it would prove to rear its ugly head at one point during the battle. And Ruguru developed an even more odd and bizarre, but even, what's the word I'm looking for here? Debilitating insanity. And that was, he just wanted to eat weird stuff. He ate wood, pine needles, bark, dirt, bugs. Basically everything he could find. He was trying to eat people's clothes.
Leg warmers,
leather jackets, sunglasses. Everything that wasn't food looked like food to him. And he could not roll his way out of just feasting on the surroundings. While that was happening,
Suffered from a terminal case of deathitis.
yeah, he did suffer. He did end up suffering a terminal case of deathitis. We will get there. That there's a lot that happened in a very short span of time last week. You guys, while fighting these werewolves, noticed that there was a bunch of the local townspeople, it appeared, chained to the trees around you. They seem to be in some state of life, not sure how alive they were, but over the course and progress of the battle, it seemed like they were being sacrificed to summon lesser demons onto the battlefield. You were aware that Mikey's dad seemed to be, or sorry, not Mikey's dad, Lawrence's dad seemed to be working on the other side in hell. And now it appears that this pack that is his pack is summoning demons. So you could definitely make the connection that he is working with the hellscape of some variety. The giant obsidian glass black werewolf skeleton that you had seen summoned earlier in the night is here also. Seems to not be taking orders from this pack of werewolves, and also appears to just kind of be beelining it for Mikey. The werewolves seem to be mostly focused on Lawrence, aside from a few that have found themselves tangled up with Norman and his polar bear compatriot who is no longer with us. Shout out to Parsnips, Poultry, Placebo, all of his wondrous names.
I think it was just Palpatine for most of the last session.
He was Palpatine, and Eric
Aldisia?
had one that Paldicius, yes.
He died so young.
He died so young. That's one less polar bear in the zoos of America now. Every time he summons a polar bear and you guys don't return it, he's just emptying the zoos. They've got to come from somewhere, man.
I'm freeing them from the
So
zoo,
fucked
giving them a
up.
chance to fight honorably in combat.
There's the Bronx Zoo is like, yo, where the fuck is the polar bear?
No, the worst part is the polar bears actually get transported back there upon death. So they just show back up with a bunch of stab wounds in them.
Oh my god. You gotta
Sins
stop
to
using
prayer.
that spell.
No.
Consequences be damned.
Consequences be damned. Mikey inferred via idea that maybe it would be best to remove the sacrifices from the battlefield so that the demons could stop being summoned. Lawrence took this as it's time to kill the people. Magic missiled most of the remaining sacrifices, stopping most of what could have been a very bad scenario. There is a couple demons that made their way to the battlefield, one early and a couple late. You still have a smattering of werewolves around you. Some of them are very hurt. Some of them are mildly hurt. They are pretty focused on. They're a little bit spread out, but their main objective is Lawrence. You've had a few that have been pinned down, like I said, and a few others that were attacking Lawrence before he moved into another direction and now have been kind of trapped in other areas. Just as we were ending last week, some perception checks were made. They were failed for the most part. Some magic was detected, and just as that magic was detected, everybody turned to see Rougarou impaled with a very familiar looking black, twisted, spiky outgrowth erupting from the earth. And out from behind the corpse of Rougarou stepped it's tough to call it a familiar figure because it doesn't really have a shape in and of its own. It's just kind of constantly shifting between a series of different bodies and sizes and shapes and sexes and even creatures sometimes. But there is a form standing there, and it had yelled out to Norman, "Look at the trouble you'd gotten yourself into now." And that's where we're at. The battlefield is as it stands. Like I said, most of these werewolves are either pretty dinged up to mildly dinged up. You have demons kind of in the distance that have been summoned with the sacrifices before you had killed off the rest of them. The Howling Knight is the name of the large skeleton that is beelining it towards Mikey. It seems is right in the middle. He's taken a decent amount of damage on his way towards Mikey, and you've got a couple demons in the distance, and Rougarou has just been viciously murdered. Hugh Man stands beside him.
Wait, Hugh Man is next to Norman?
Well, sorry, Hugh Man stands next to Rougarou.
Okay.
Yeah,
Which part
Norman's
of
still
him?
a polar bear all the way over. So you guys look, the spike had kind of like erupted through Rougarou's like chest and mouth, and you watch as like his two halves of his body, the spike had kind of grown and expanded, and the two halves of his body just kind of like slough off and separate and kind of fall to the ground in kind of this like wet plop of a noise.
Save me the bullet.
I was upset about. I would have been upset, but I'm more upset about the polar bear.
Yep. Parsnips, Palsidius, Palpatine.
Palladium.
That's what we say at the funeral.
All right, so that is our recap. We are back at the top of the order. There's no longer any sacrifices to roll for. We were rolling beforehand, albeit incredibly poorly, to stop the sacrifices. They continue to happen. There's no more sacrifices to happen, so we're not going to be rolling for that. But Hugh Man has just appeared, and he steps from behind the black spike growth over one of the halves of Rougarou. Just kind of like looks down and makes sure to like miss him, even with his like constantly changing foot and leg and length of leg. And he steps out. Norman, I never thought you would associate with these kinds of people. A werewolf, cursed one, a demon. What's gotten into you?
Roar!
Goddamn polar bear.
Norman forgets to switch to human noises, but goes on like a very emotional tirade, very philosophically at him. In bear.
In bear. Excellent. Norman, these colleagues of yours upset the balance that we are meant to maintain. I know you've all but forgotten why we are here because of the things that you did, but we don't have the time anymore for you to redeem yourself, for you to bring yourself back from the brink, for you to punish yourself anymore. It's changing, Norman. The world around us is changing. The rift is opening. The circle will be here soon.
All right, I'm gonna
There's
turn
no
back.
more time for your games.
What rift? What circle? What world? What are you talking about?
Norman, I can't tell you all at once. It's going to break your brain. You've locked it away inside your head. I just need you to remember that we're not from here. We're just meant to keep the balance. And this is not balance.
Well, I'd say there's devils running around. There's a skeleton werewolf. There's a bunch of zombie werewolf biker people. What in tarnation?
All right, so as you say, there's devils running around. One of the devils up top here is going to begin scurrying down towards you guys. He doesn't have enough distance to make it all the way, but he is moving towards you, Norman, as there's just a big pile of people over here being attacked and mauled by a polar bear.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a mosh pit over here.
Yep, after him, it is your turn to act.
Let's keep this mosh pit going. I don't fully remember. I'm hoping you do. One of these werewolves next to me wants to be killed extra hard because he's almost dead, right?
Yep, one of those guys is right on death's door.
All right. Well, I've got a claw attack. Wait, a bite attack with his name on it. 13.
13 bang on the armor class hits it.
All right. A chompy chomp chomp for 13 piercing damage on the chompy chomp chomp.
All right, I want you to finish the wolf. So this is the one that you've had like on your right there that you've pinned down. You and Palpatine were really munching into him before Palpatine met his end.
Is he the one that finished off Palpatine? Oh no, the imp finished off Palpatine.
Yep.
Okay, well, so I'm already in beast mode, so I might as well do the animality from Mortal Kombat and just like bite this guy's head off and throw it on the ground. Animality.
That's fucking dope.
I have a multi-attack, so
Yes. Yep.
the imp, I'm gonna go for the imp next to me now for a 21 with the claws.
That is definitely gonna hit.
It's the claws that states he takes 13 slashing damage.
Love a good claws, especially around the holidays. Let me tell you.
You don't want to find the claws, because if the clause states that clause shows up, you're in a bad time.
All right, so you said 13 damage.
Yeah.
All right, so this guy had already been hit a little bit, and then you sink in a nice deep hit to him. Claws sink in. You feel a little bit of a burning on your paw, not enough to deal any kind of damage to you, but you can definitely feel like this guy's blood is boiling hot.
Is he about to burst?
He's not about to burst, but you can just feel like that fire running through him. He's definitely from a very hot plane of hell.
Gotcha. That's the claw in order. You're the special cryptid. Prepare to get united.
Ugh.
I'm working with what I got.
I think you had more than that.
No, we're good.
No second takes.
Nailed
I think
it.
we have second takes. We've done second takes before, but no. Let's continue. You're right.
Clint Eastwood style. No second takes.
After Norman, you guys see the last devil that had been summoned. He has like a little set of wings that he unfurls, and he kind of hops, skip, and jumps his way through a bit of the swamp. He's not able to get to any of you guys, but he is. You see this thing, Mikey, from a distance is like these two burning red eyes, kind of like leaping from limb to limb as they plow through the woods towards you. And you're just like, why is everything with these crazy fucking eyes following me? But actually, sorry. It does have an attack. This guy has a ranged attack. Get excited about it. So you see like these burning red eyes from a distance, and it looks like they're like flying at you like faster than they were like traveling at one speed, and then they just like are flying at you a little bit faster now. And you're like, what the fuck is this? And you realize it's a fucking fireball that's hurtling through the sky directly in your direction. That was a fucking great use of the English language right there on my part. A 10 does not hit you.
No.
So this fireball just kind of like smacks into a tree that's like maybe like 3 trees away from where you're at already.
Oh shit! God damn it, that changes things.
With that, we turn to Hugh Man. His turn in the order comes up. He is standing just over top, past the corpse of Rougarou. You see him. He looks over towards the giant skeleton werewolf and shakes his head, and then looks over towards all these scattered biker werewolves and like spits on the ground. Norman, this is a mess. We have to clean this up. I know.
Is he speaking in English? Can I understand him?
Yeah, you can understand me.
Okay.
Yes, you can understand. Yep.
If you don't like what's going on, feel free to help.
You know what? Fine. If this is going to get us to the point a little bit faster, then I will assist. And he points at the werewolf that's closest to Norman. He's got the werewolf. He's got two devils kind of raining down on him here. He points at that werewolf, and you hear him just kind of like muttering under his breath, and then his arm turns into this like long black talon that he stabs into the ground, and you watch as that werewolf is like feels a rumble and looks down beneath its feet, and another black spiky growth rips up through the ground, absolutely tearing through this werewolf as well, and impaling him, shooting just blood and guts everywhere all around you guys as the werewolf close to Norman bites the dust.
Fuck. I don't know who you are, but you're good in my book.
You're never supposed to know who we are. We're supposed to work in the shadows. Now I'm here rescuing Norman. Norman, give me a history check.
I'm not so smart.
I can
12?
help. I can help.
I don't think you can help me while I'm like being surrounded and attacked by a bunch of stuff and you're being attacked. I don't think you can help me with a history check. Hey, I just real quick wanted to talk history with you, bud. Real quick,
Hey,
while I'm being mauled over here.
I know a little bit about history.
Oh, good. Anyway, so I got a 12 on my history check.
All right, so with a 12 in your history check that Lawrence was unable to help you with because you're in the middle of battle, you recognize there's a familiarity to the way that Hugh Man talks to you. There's not a familiarity to his voice. It's a kind of a changing thing, but his inflection, the way he talks to you in like this, like I've known there's a relationship there on his end that feels like he can like talk down to you, but also in like there's like a quasi like respectful manner, like he needs to get your attention, your remembrance.
Are you my dad?
I understood that
with
reference.
with a 12 history, you don't know if he's your dad.
I didn't want to copy Zachary Yama's character from that, but like at the same time, like, is he my dad?
He's not your dad, no. It feels with a 12 history, it doesn't feel familial. It feels almost like,
is he my boss?
maybe not boss, but maybe like coworker-esque.
Mentor.
Maybe like a mentor or like a found family type deal, like something that's not like actually familial, but like something that's like stronger than just associates. So you kind of feel like that kind of like the way he's talking to you is like through like your memory of other people's relationships with people, it feels familiar and knowledgeable of each other. You know, like again, closer than associates, but not quite family.
Who the fuck are me? Who the fuck are we?
Who the fuck are me? Who are me?
Who are me?
So after Hugh Man wastes a werewolf right in front of you guys, it is the wolf that is by Lawrence's turn.
Oh boy.
So this like werewolf on werewolf crime obviously is not working. They have been scratching at you guys. Like they're not dealing any damage to you. It feels like you're dealing damage to them. They have kind of abandoned the route of attacking you and have started trying to restrain you in hopes that one of these other like devils, demons can actually dig into you and do some damage. But funny enough, I'd like you to give me either a history or an arcana check, whichever one feels better for you.
Ooh. I'm gonna go with history. That's a 13 with a +8.
13 with a +8. Nice. I see we're back. I see we're a week separated, but we're still rolling strong. But with a 13, you catch like a familiar whiff. Now, like you've been able to smell like your dad's packs stink on all of these guys since they've shown up, but you catch like a familiar whiff that's almost it's like it hits you like in one of those like back of your brain type memories from a long past. Like the people be like, "Oh, I wish I could bottle that smell and put it in a candle." Like not like that because like this smells like a wet dog, but it smells like your dad.
Oh, is that his cologne?
It's not his cologne. It smells like there's a more animalistic like vibe to it. It smells like your dad's scent, your dad's like distinct animal, like
Oh.
his signature smell. You've smelled other werewolves before, obviously. You're famous for perception checks with that are scent based. You've smelled some wolves. This is your dad's scent. You like catch a whiff of it. It's fleeting, but you catch it on this wolf that's right up, like about to try to jump on you and try to restrain you again.
Oh, I've smelled that smell before. When I got cursed, I beat my dad to death after I smelled that smell.
Give me a contested athletics check.
Oh, I am so good at athletics. I actually want to see what it rolls first.
You won an award for it, actually.
I see what you're doing there, Ryan. It's very clever.
Oh, yikes. I could not beat that.
Even if you tried to use the thing to reroll or add stuff to yours as well, it wouldn't matter.
Can you? What do you can't beat a double 21?
I cannot.
What's wrong with that? You can try at least, right?
I can make him reroll.
What do
You technically could, yes.
You
Would
can-
you
that
like
is an
to roll
option.
first before
Yeah.
making me re-roll?
I don't even know if I could, but that's a 7 with a +0.
All right. Would you like to make me re-roll?
No.
All right. So you catch a whiff of your dad, and like, for that 1 second, you're just kind of like caught. You're almost like thrown back in time. You have like one of those beautiful movie scenes where you're standing in one spot and then you're like hurtling through the annals of time, and then you're right standing in a moment where your dad's lecturing you, and then you're ripping his throat out. And it's beautiful for you.
I had ripped his throat out. He bit me as a werewolf, and I beat him to death.
You like flash back to a moment. You don't really love it as you're coming back to reality, and like almost a split second. This all happens. You're getting tackled around the waist, like just form good spear by this other werewolf,
Oh.
and he's just taking you down to the ground. You're going to be able to make a strength save on your next turn to get up, or you can just attack him from laying down. But he's just trying to restrain you from getting away right now. And as the turn ends, you just kind of hear him snarl, "I need your body, boy."
Well, you're gonna have to take it. Hold.
And with his turn done, it would be Rougarou. Everybody turns to look to see what Rougarou is going to do, but he's just two halves of a body laying on the ground, like he got cut in half by a ninja.
All right, so nothing's changed since combat started.
Nothing's changed since combat started. If you look closely, one half of his body is still mindlessly munching on foliage.
It just can't stop.
Just can't stop. And that brings us to you, Mikey. You have a wolf that's near you that had tried to do the same thing that it just did to Lawrence to you, but it failed. You are mucho strongo.
I fly away. I go 30 feet more off screen. And then I'm going to take out my pendant from its holster. I'm going to aim carefully between all the trees so I can see those glowing red eyes of that guy that just shot at me. And I'm going to find him, aim carefully, and then I'm going to move over to the left and point it actually at the two demons that are fighting Norman. And I'm going to hit
Gotcha.
them
Ooh,
with...
that feels very movie-esque.
Thank you. I'm going to hit them with a scorching ray, which will be twisted into a freezing ray at
Ooh,
level
dope.
5, meaning I get, what is that, 3 more shots?
Yeah.
Haha. So I believe I'll give 3 shots to the one behind Norman.
All right.
And
You say
one
level
sh-
Wait, you don't have a level 5 spell, do you?
where is it?
not
Let me see.
not multi-class because multi-class.
It's multi-class, so why would I? Hang on. Is that
But
level
you
2
could-
spell? Oh, I'm sorry. I have 5 of them. I was looking at the wrong thing.
It's all good. I was
Okay,
just
cool.
like, wait a second. I'm a
Yeah,
full
that doesn't
class,
make any
I only
sense.
have up to level 4 spells.
My
I'm a
butthole
full
puckered.
caster.
My butthole puckered up real hard. I was like, "This is
Yeah.
about to blast me with like 6 fucking scorching rays," and I was like,
That's
"I don't
what it
think
would have been. No, I was
Oh,
misreading.
oof. All right.
I forget my sheet when I don't look at it for a while. Yeah.
So I think it's a regular amount of 3 scorching rays, correct?
Yeah. So in that case, it'll be 2 to the one behind Norman and 1 to the one he's fucking with.
All right. So the one that he's fucking with is the one that's taken a little bit of damage already,
Mm-hmm.
and then the one that's behind him is the one that has not quite gotten there yet. So you're shooting 2 at the one that's not gotten there and 1 at the one that he's already fucking with.
Exactly.
If you want to roll me 3 scorching ray attacks.
Boop doops. 2, 3.
Well, unfortunately, only one of those is going to hit.
Oh my
The two
god.
the two 10s are bad. They have an armor class of 13,
6.
and then
Frost.
roll an extra d6 for the frost damage.
1. Wow.
Oh,
These fucking
All right.
rolls.
Bad rolls. Which one did you want that 7 damage to go to? The one,
The one
running up on him, or the one that he's fucking with?
One he's fucking with.
All right. I just listened to all the air come out of Mike.
it's so defeated.
Yeah, it's very different from what I thought was going to happen when this turn started.
I'm
I'm
about
That's
to blast
ridiculous.
a bunch of these bitches. All right. So you've moved and you've fired your scorching rays. That's the end of your turn, I'd imagine, correct?
Yeah.
All right. With that, it comes around to the howling night. So this thing sees you moving away off screen, off battlefield. It realizes that it's not going to be able to keep pace with you. Even though it's large, it's moving through the woods pretty quickly. Your wings are giving it disadvantage. It was hoping that it could kind of get the jump on you a little bit more in battle. So with that, you see it stop, and then you see a bunch of like these red arcane runes kind of light up all over this thing, and it reaches its hands up and grabs its skull, and then you hear this like sickening crack, this like crackling noise as it digs its claws into like the obsidian rock that like makes up its skull, and just breaks it in half, and you hear like this shattering noise. Imagine like dragon glass shattering in Skyrim. But as it does this, you see a small fire kind of burning in the middle of where this empty skull, where this like head used to be, and this fire starts to like grow and grow even larger, until it's even bigger than the head of this thing originally was, and you see it kind of like start to contort and morph and take on the form of like these horns, these 4 big ass horns, 2 coming out kind of the side of its head, 2 coming out the front of its head and going straight up. This really long, twisted, not quite goat, but like it's got a long snout, almost dog like, but not like these wolves, more like jackal or Anubis esque. And these 2 black balls of flame open where you would expect like eyes to be. And you hear this voice kind of ring out through the woods.
Mikey Pescatori. I am here on official Hell Court business. We have a summons for your arrest. Come quietly, and we'll use this in our hearing and look for a light sentence. This is the last time and the only time you will be warned. Surrender and come quietly.
This is the weirdest summons I've ever got.
Have you never? I guess this will be your first Hell summons. This is fairly standard for Hell summons. Giant skeleton, demons.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
We have sent multiple letters to your first address. You had a cabin somewhere. We sent multiple letters there.
It burned
No
down.
response.
It burned the fuck down. A guy like that did it. He point to the demons. For all I know, he's the one who did it.
Sir, you are aware that fraud is an even worse crime. Fraud is as bad as it gets. So, if he burned it down, it's a claim you need to make in small claims court.
I'm just gonna look around at all the
And your
fucking names.
son.
I'm gonna telecommunicate with the 2 dudes that.
I say we kill him.
I say, if we're dead or brought in, we can't really help or like pay or anything.
I'm not worried about the house, if that's what you're talking about.
I'm sorry, I'm a little wrapped up right now.
Yeah, I say I'm agreeing with Norman.
All right,
As
kill him.
his defense attorney, I'm going to have to say, "Go fuck yourself," and then I race for combat.
I'm imagining you now have a tie as well.
Oh yes.
There's a briefcase on the ground somewhere.
I love the idea of a polar bear in a seersucker suit.
Well, a lot of those AI images are becoming a lot more relevant now.
I'm working them in. Now I'm just going to start making AI images and then writing my campaigns around the AI images.
I'm not doing that at all.
All right, so you guys all kind of brace for combat. You kind of like do a couple knowing glances around.
I would do the Lando nod.
Alright, so I see we're not gonna surrender. That's fine. Lawrence Aberline, you're coming with us too. Your daddy's got a debt to pay. Your ass belongs to us. Get up, boys!
Whoa, sins of the father.
Also, as his defense attorney, I will also declare you can doubly go fuck yourselves. Let's get 'em, boys!
I am intelligent enough to be my own lawyer. I don't need.
I'm having a moment. Why you gotta sour it?
Hugh Man's across the way, and he's just like, Norman, this is exactly what I was talking about. This is out of control. That is an upper demon. An upper devil is manifesting here.
Yeah, but Mikey's my boy.
You have no boys. You serve a purpose. The circle is going to have our asses for this.
I don't know what purpose is. I don't know what a circle is, but I know Mikey and Lawrence are my boys, and if these people are intending to drag them off to hell, there's going to be hell to pay. And as their defense attorney, it is my sworn duty to defend them in the court of hell. So I'm going to use my right to bear claws and claw the fuck out of them.
Your purpose is balance. Stop making that smacking noise. Your purpose is balance. And your circle is your family. Where do you think this comes from? And then he shoots like druidic magic out of his fingers and into the dirt around him.
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to say.
Give me a history or an arcana check, Eric.
They're
Norman?
both equally terrible.
Equally bad.
I wish I could help you.
I like
Yeah,
magic.
me too.
15 in magic.
15. So you have magic. You've always had magic as long as you can remember. You've always been able to commune with nature, animals, plants, kind of to a lesser extent. Your ability to transform into animals, you kind of attributed to your ability to transform into people. But then when you started to being able to summon animals, you were like, this is a separate magic from what I have. But as you were thinking about the concept of your magic and how it works, and like why you've never really given it more thought than this, you start to get like a little bit of a headache, and you're like your vision blurs a little bit, and feel like what feels like a mild pop, and it feels like almost a floodgate or a door's been opened in your head, in your brain.
I'm being unredacted.
Oh man, you get it. You get me. So a door's been opened in your brain. Your magic is druid magic, and in order to have druidic magic, you need a circle, a group of druids who you learned your magic from, a group of druids who share the same type of magic as you and who all kind of help supply each other with magic. You have a similar policy, a belief system. It's not religion, but it's religion. It's a nature cult thing. You remember this kind of comes all flooding back to you while Hugh Man is yelling at you across the battlefield and about circles and purpose, and you just get kind of like this like blast. This door opens and this rush of like knowledge. You don't have any like specific pertinent information about your druid circle, but that you now remember that in order for a druid to have magic, to learn magic, they would need a druid circle to have those things, and that it does seem increasingly likely that your magic is druidic magic. It's the Norman way of compressing and like.
Oh yeah, that's just my religion. Remember I said that in the earlier episode?
Yes, I do.
Someone asked me how I could cast magic. I was like, oh, it's just my religion. What, isn't that just how religion works?
And they tied it back together.
Little
So while Hugh Man is yelling across and Polar Bear Norman's having like one of those like Nani moments, you, Mikey, are still looking at this incarnation of what you definitely believe is one of the 9 rulers of hell. And if you could infer any variety of clues, you'd imagine it's probably Belial. After your dad, subsequently after you, in charge of law enforcement in hell, this is essentially the coppers are here. They've got a search warrant. They're here for you. But while you're watching this like skeletal avatar now reaches down at the werewolf right next to it and proceeds to just pick it up, crack its neck because it's screaming, and then huck it at you as hard as it can. Just a full werewolf corpse flying through the sky at you.
It's technically not dead. Unless that was magic neck snapping.
Yeah, this whole thing's magic. It's literally the avatar of a devil. It's about as magic-y as it comes.
Werewolves will never exist in a game we play ever again.
All right, wear ravens next time.
Wear nothing, and you'll like it.
All right, so Ryan's naked next time. So I just need you to give me a DC 15 dexterity saving throw.
Who?
You,
No.
Mikey.
Oh.
See how nimble you are in the air.
19.
Oh, you passed it. So you just had fireballs come whipping past you, not even, I don't know, 30 seconds ago. They missed, hit some trees. You are looking dead at this giant skeletal nightmare as it just picks up a werewolf, cracks its neck, and hucks it at you. And you just barely manage to, like, air barrel roll out of the way as this werewolf just like hits a tree like next to you, and you just like you feel hot liquid hit you. You heard this sickening crunch. He threw this thing so hard that it is stuck in the fucking tree.
It's like Hunter Suarez over here.
Yeah, it's an absolute just like pile of bones and flesh like stuck on the tree. Give me wisdom saving throws, everybody. You just watched a greater devil manifest and huck a werewolf like just absolutely as hard as it can into a tree. I want you to imagine I want you to imagine like if anybody's ever seen like the scene where like Randy Johnson's pitching and he hits a bird as it's flying in front of him.
Yeah.
And it explodes. Like the werewolf just explodes like that bird does against the tree.
Oh my god. Yeah, I'm not making that in AI.
I said Hunter Suarez. It's Ranger Suarez.
We understand both equally.
For the fans. I got a 22.
Wisdom saves. Mike,
20.
I'm sorry, but that's a dexterity save.
Oh, what? Oh, what? I swear. Okay.
Am I disturbed by this carnage?
Yes.
Liberate your mind. I got a 27. Liberate down and
All right, you guys have been through the ringer tonight. Shit's not really. It's just kind of rolling off you, Mikey. You're already running away from this hellhound because it's chasing you. But it is, and now that it has a big flaming head, it's light generating, so it's also scaring you. But everybody's okay in terms of the carnage. For some reason, I mean, not for some reason. You guys have very much lived it tonight. So, Lawrence, you notice the hellhound's just kind of running past the pile of you. It does look over at you as it's running past. It sees you're kind of tied up already.
I'll be back for you, Lawrence Aberdeen. Just stay right there like a good little boy.
Oh, flashbacks. I hear my dad saying.
Oh yeah, dig into it, big boy.
I was going through the flashbacks in my head.
Mikey's like, we're on the run again. Fuck. The coppers, they found me.
This is worse than Hudson County.
Throwback to the fucking beginning of the episode. This episode's full of throwbacks. Lawrence, it is your turn. You are pinned down by this werewolf. You can do a strength check at the beginning of your turn to escape it. It's not an action. It's just a free action to try to escape it. And then if not, you're going to have to make attacks at disadvantage while laying on the ground. Or you can cast some kind of spell shenanigery.
I got spell shenanigery right here.
This is just going to Misty Step out of this.
I'm just going to use free Misty Step.
Yep.
Right over here. Teleport right next to the demon that's right next to Norman. Jesus.
You can also accept Norma Bear while I'm in Bear.
Norma Bear.
And I will.
That's the one that's hurt too. So.
Yes. But yeah, I'm going to teleport over next to this demon by Norman, and I am just going to charge up my fist and give him a nice shocking grasp with advantage. That's a
Oh
nat
my
20.
god, it is with advantage because it's flanking. You hooker. Nat 20, baby.
It's a beautiful hooker right there.
That is 20 lightning damage.
Do me a favor. Finish this demon.
Uh,
Lesser devil.
I'm gonna say that this thing has a tail, like whipping around when I teleport behind it. It doesn't see me. I just kind of charge up this electricity in my fist, and I just reach down and grab its tail, like snap it out of the air, and just send the surge through it so it fries its whole body.
Beautiful. This guy's made out of a lot of metal too, so that like makes a ton of sense.
Oh, that was also half my movement to get up, though. I believe I'd still teleport prone.
Yep.
So I will move like 10 feet to the left of Norman.
Excellent. All right. It is after Lawrence, the other werewolf's turn. The last werewolf that hasn't gone in this round is the one that had attacked Mikey beforehand. It has the exact same amount of movement as Mikey, so it is going to pursue you off screen, and it's going to make an athletics check at disadvantage because you are airborne to try to jump like between the trees, try to tackle you again, and try to restrain you. So it's going to make an athletics check, strength check at disadvantage. Because you are airborne, we're going to give you advantage. This is offsetting entirely. He had to use all of his movement to catch up with you. And this is like kind of his last like ditch effort to try to stop you from getting away.
And do I need to make a save?
Athletics, yep, with advantage.
19.
Nat 20.
Ooh, and he's got disadvantage. Either way, you're nat 20. I like you have a -1 and you got a nat 20, 19. It becomes so much less impressive. Like when it's a nat 20, you're like, oh, I got a nat 20. It's a 19.
It's even
I
more
know.
impressive because this frail ass guy is just like.
I know I never called him out, but that one there's like a reason because it doesn't even look like one. It's a fucking 90.
Oof. All right, so he comes like jumping up, and you see him like parkour up a couple trees, and like hop up into like into you, and you yet again you've been dodging everything, just kind of slide out of the way, and he hits a tree and just slides down to the ground.
Nice.
He was already pretty hurt, so he is just kind of like dazed, laying on the ground. He is one of our last werewolves left. The other one is now laying on the swamp floor. Lawrence had teleported out from underneath of him. But yes, he's pretty banged up, and the other one is mildly banged up.
These have become very comical werewolves.
Yeah, I mean they're a bunch of junkies. Like I feel like once the demon showed up, it was kind of like these guys are not nearly as cool.
If you think
They
about the
are
last turn,
immortal.
if you think about the last turns, one gets thrown, splats against a tree. You teleport away, and then it presumably face plants into the mud because you're not there anymore. And then this one
Yep.
tries to grab me, slides down a tree. There's Benny Hill music going on right now with these fucking werewolves. Boing! Like, sorry, buddy, I'm not getting caught.
He's not hurt from the tree at all. It's just wildly embarrassing. The tree's not magical, so
His arms and his legs are going straight out, like
yeah, Wile E.
it makes
Coyote style,
that wood noise, like whoa.
or no, better yet, George of the Jungle style.
Yeah.
Mikey slides by and he goes, "Hey, watch out for that tree."
Watch out for that
really good.
tree.
All right, so with that, we're back up to the top of the order. And the original devil that had begun running at Norman way back when, so long ago, finally gets to where he's going and pounces to attack.
Harry. Just kidding. Go on.
Oh my God. Norman's bear stands up, full suit of armor. He's been a paladin this entire time. So he's gonna get his glaive attack, and then he's gonna swing out with his beard.
Yeah, it's all Well, okay, so technically the first one hits first. Roll the first one's damage.
All right.
So that turns me back into Norman, which then increases my armor class to 18, but it doesn't matter because the 22 still hits. But this is the
Gotcha.
first time Norman, have taken damage in quite a while.
Yep. I was like, prepping for this session, and I was like looking at everybody's health. I'm like, all right, here, and I was like, I actually have no idea how much health Norman has because he's in bear form.
It's in one of my like resource things. I have wild shape polar bear HP right now.
Oh, gotcha.
8. Now it's at 0. And then I take.
All right, so this devil comes like pounding through. It's almost like down on all fours, like kind of like running through the woods, jumps at you, stabs you with its glaive that it's got in one hand, and then as you're turning back from a bear into Norman, it like plants and turns and whips up with its barbed wire beard, and then cuts along Norman's face and his suit for 6 damage.
It's rude, but I'll allow it.
I mean, it's rude. I'm a rude devil.
Ah!
We're real rude.
No.
He is a devil. They're pretty rude people, dude. Yeah, he's got a point. I mean, yeah, just look at him. He's got a point.
Careful.
He's like making a jerk off motion right now in the corner.
Just getting real low. Yeah, there's just like the little devil's like in front of Norman. He's like pointing up at him. He's crouched down. He's doing like the evil monkey in the closet point, and he's just like doing a little jerk off thing. He's like, ah! I want you to imagine like a really rude golem.
Is this the one with the beard that's made of barbed wire?
With barbed wire.
And the chain dreadlocks?
Yep, chain dreadlocks. Yep.
Chain locks.
But with that, it's now Norman's turn.
You said these guys were magically summoned here, right?
See.
I'm gonna cast Dispel Magic on the imp next to me.
Shit.
Ooh, that's a solid move.
I'm not a bear, so I might as well cast spells.
Yeah. Is there any save on that, or is it just immediately dispel magics?
Oh, okay. So what level would you say the spell is that's brought these guys here?
3rd.
So I have to beat a DC 13 wisdom check.
All right.
It just says spellcasting modifier check. Oh, I don't dispel it. I waste a level 3 spell slot and don't dispel it.
Whew. Even if it's a level, like if it's a level 1, does it automatically dispel?
Let me see if it says anything about that. Any spell 3rd level or lower. Oh, it just okay. That's only if it's 4th level or higher. I didn't have to roll anything. Yeah, if you say it's 3rd level, it just ends.
Yep. All right. Cool.
Okay.
All right. So
level
he's
3 spell slot. It should do that.
All right. So he's this pointing up at you. He just knocked you out of bear form, and he's like I'm a rude little guy. Blah! Jerk off face, like crouching, like just like being crazy, and you're just like, oh, I don't like this at all. Get out of here! And he just like, I feel like he gets like sucked out of this world through his own butthole. Like, you just like watch him like just like he's like fuck you, and I'm like and it's like wait, what's this? And like real like Who Framed Roger Rabbit style, he just gets like sucked into like a portal in nowhere, but it like originates from his butt.
But the last thing that enters is his middle finger.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just his hand getting sucked into the portal. Very last, it's just the one middle finger coming out.
Oh.
All you hear in your head is blah, fuck you, but it sounds like it's getting further away. So it's like blah, fuck you.
That was the dead body return that he was summoned from?
No.
No, it went up the butthole, man.
I'm gonna use my bonus action to cast Magic Stone and just pick up 3 stones and have them in my hand ready to start throwing them. I'm a person again. Let's do this.
What a fucking G-ass turn. You get turned back into a human and you're like, no, this won't do. Be gone. And then you just like bend over and pick up stones. You just like you just like shake your hands, like you like wave your hand away. You're like, no, get out of here. And then you like just pick up a bunch of stones and look at them in your hand. Everybody else is watching you like, what's he doing?
Those will do nicely.
You're looking at them as the middle finger is going into the portal. Like, you're not even bothered by it. You're like, ah, here we go. Nice.
Hey guys, I think this one will throw real nicely.
Now this is the Norman I know. Malicious, cold-hearted, restoring balance.
I mean, just send him back
he was
to his
quite rude.
home. Send him back to his home plane, right?
Yes, devils are rude. They do not belong here. This is part of our job. We get rid of the devils. Balance,
Okay, we agree
Norman.
on that.
Balance.
So you said I remember everything, right?
No, not everything. You just remember that you are a druid and you're from a circle. And so if you wanted to ask him questions, probe into it a little bit deeper, you're more than welcome to.
We still got some violence to attend to. I'm gonna run like here-ish.
All my little babies are collecting in one area. So as Norman runs, it's this flying demon's or devil's turn. And as he's kind of like flying into the battle area, he is commanded by the avatar now of Belial. It turns to him and it's just like,
Quickly, get Lawrence. He was supposed to stay right there. I asked him kindly to stay right there. Could you please go retrieve the wolf? We're gonna need him for his father.
It's true. He did ask me to stay there, and I didn't.
so this other devil. See if I've got the distance to get
Shh,
to
don't
you.
admit. That's how you get more charges, man.
Fuck,
You're-
sorry. I'm new to this.
You ain't never got pinched
As your
before.
defense attorney,
was-
I have to advise you to kill them and not talk to them.
That was the stunt. That was a
You're the
stunt
coolest
man.
defense attorney.
I was the stunt man.
He's not going to be able to get all the way to you, Lawrence, but he does pull up into the vicinity, and then you see his eyes glow red, and he opens his mouth and spits a viscous ball of like oily substance, and then lights it on fire with his eyes, and then goes to hurl it at you.
I have a feeling I'll be using my reaction for this. I don't actually have to. A 10 will miss.
Jesus Christ, these lesser devils are bitches. They're just rude. All they are is rude. He like hawks this giant loogie, lights it on fire, chucks it at you, and it like splatters against a tree with a 10. And then he proceeds to like float in the air there, and then he just like also does the jerk off thing and gives you the middle finger. He's like, rah, rah, fuck you. Rah.
God, I thought you were the cool one.
None of us are cool. We're all dicks. Rah.
Hey, I'll make a deal.
Yo, smoke that fool.
I'll make a deal with you.
What kind of deal you talking about? I love a good deal. Let's make a deal. I'm Howie Mandel.
I got plenty of money, and you want money?
No.
You
I
have
gotta use for
gold.
money. It catches on fire.
I have gold.
Do you have souls?
I don't have souls.
We barter in souls.
I don't have any soul coins. Okay, never
How about any
mind.
porn? How about any porn?
Dude, I have a room above a movie theater. Imagine playing porn on a giant.
Wait,
fucking
you work at a movie theater. You never got porn there?
No.
If you don't have porn right now, we're making no deals. It's porn or
No.
souls for me.
I got
Porn or
nothing.
souls.
No.
Ah!
Actually, Winston, can you make porn real fast?
Can you wait? What did you just say?
Can you make porn?
Winston's gonna have
This is your magic book.
Yeah.
I swear to you, my first thought was to have Winston show up and just make some really tastefully gay porn, and then and you'd be like, Winston, what the fuck is this? And then be like, I'm gay. You never asked. It's a real like downward slope though, because then the demon's gonna be like, I'm out of the gay porn.
Yeah, that is a downward. Actually, He's a demon. Maybe he's in everything. I'm into goats and shit.
So Winston can really only manifest himself. So he just manifests himself tiny and naked. He's like, oi, you like this? You like this? Oi.
You just activated Winston's OnlyFans? Does he accept it?
Chicken dick around.
No, I'm not into weird. I'm not into tiny people. This is also offensive, but it's a different kind of offensive. Dwarves aren't my kink.
I close the book. I close the book, and Winston goes away.
No deal to be made, wolf boy.
It's a bad idea to make a deal with a fucking demon anyway, dude. You don't want to make a deal with him.
If you make it concise enough, it's fine.
What did I not explain to you about Hudson County waterfront? You don't make a deal with demons.
That's what I was going for, like a monetary thing. I was just going to pay him to kill somebody.
Souls and porn, baby. So after Hugh Man is just kind of like slowly walking through the battlefield, like through like the littered bits of corpses and everything, and he's just like kind of like trudging over as the battle makes its way further and further off of the screen down to the left. And he's just silently walking, and he looks around, and he's, Norman, this is a mess, but you do seem to be coming around. That last move was wildly effective, so here, just a little bit more help. And he snaps his fingers, and the wolf by Mikey just begins to like choke, almost like he's being force choked. But you see these bugs start to like erupt from its mouth, Mikey, and all these like giant centipedes and spiders and stuff like that start to crawl out of this wolf's mouth, and you watch as this werewolf's just like choking on bugs, and you see like one of his eyes pops out, and like a giant millipede like crawls out of his head, and he just kind of like slumps over to the forest floor as holes open up all around him, all across him, as bugs start to chew their way out of his body and pour out into the forest.
Oh.
Do me a favor, you sound like you need to give me a wisdom save. And you
I
did.
Already did, and
it's a nat one. It sounds like you actually had a nat one during that scenario as well.
It's all natural, baby.
That's why I already rolled it, dude. I already rolled it because I was like, this is fucking horrifying.
Excellent. I like it when I can do it that way. Roll me a d8, though.
4, middle of the road.
4,
That's great.
Brings us down to a 53. It's not the best thing, though, because you are going to need to roll me another d100.
Oh, this is the one that
Yep. We're back into Brian's tables of insanity.
That would be a 42. Great number.
Excellent. So you have a double whammy now. So not only are you terrified of fire and light, and you must flee all sources of light, you also are experiencing a great anxiety from liquids, and don't want to go near any kind of liquid or drink any kind of liquid.
Oh, so I can't take a health potion.
Yeah. Also roll me a d10. Also roll me a d10. That's for that's how long this is going to last.
Well, I'm sure this is going to be enough time. It'll wear out very soon. 6.
Yeah, so 6 minutes. You're already you've probably got like another like 4 minutes left of being terrified of light and fire, and now you've got like 6 minutes.
Like 30 seconds at most.
Oh fuck! All right, so you've got like another 5 minutes and 30 seconds because I think you rolled a 6 for that one too.
Yep.
So yeah. So currently you're terrified of fire and light and water and liquid.
I'm gonna be flying for a while. This place is wet. Or no, didn't he say it was frosty?
Yeah, it's frosty. You remember
Right.
you like kind of stepped in like this like magical pine barrens area, kind of located in the middle of the swamp.
Yeah, it was swampy, but then all of a sudden it turned frosty.
But with that, we're down one more werewolf. So we have whittled it down now, guys. There is just one werewolf remaining, one variety of devil, and one avatar of a upper devil.
I think we got this.
And with that, it is the one werewolf who is remaining's turn. He is going to hop up to his feet,
Half his movement.
half his movement, knowing that there's only one place for him to go. He's going to just stumble a few steps over towards Norman and take some swipe, or he's going to take a bite and a claw swipe.
Miss. I have 18 armor class, baby.
Fuck, my guys are rolling terrible. They were rolling much better last time, but that's its turn. It runs up and it's like finally a regular human to attack, and it like kind of like leaps at you and like.
And then my
goes to,
face
like,
changes into the crazy ink blot.
Yeah. And then you just kind of like real like Slenderman like slide out of the way of all of his attacks. Mikey, that brings us to you.
Okay.
You're kind of finally free and loose in the woods. There's no enemies around you yet.
I'm afraid of the thing because it has a flaming head. But does that mean can I still try to I'm trying to like, because we're off screen, it's kind of difficult to think about it. But I'm trying to circle back to the guys.
Yeah, if you want to move like upwards, like circle back and away upwards towards the guys, you can do that. You can also still attack this thing. You just have to move like away from it during your turn.
Yeah. I'm gonna do pretty much the same thing I did before, but directly at it. But I just wanted to try to circle back to the guys because I can't just go off into the woods with this fucking thing alone.
All right. Did you want to try to like circle back up between Lawrence and Norman?
Yeah. Yeah, essentially that's exactly what I was trying to think of.
Yeah, that's kind of like moving away from him. You're just kind of like changing the direction you're moving away from him, essentially.
But there's no way I could get to that spot with 30 feet of movement because I've already moved 30 feet pretty much off screen. So it would have to take like 2 turns to get up there. Anyway.
Yeah, it'd probably be 2 turns to get up there, yeah.
Okay. Well, then I'm going to after I flap that way, make like kind of a wide berth. I pull out my pendant and I look at it and I realize it's kind of fucking frosted over. And so I just rub it, get all the shit off of it, and then I point it at the big guy. And he gets the exact same thing.
3 more scorching rays.
3 more scorching rays.
All right, well,
Oh
only
my
the 24 is
God.
24 is going to hit. That's like the same roll as the last one.
It is. What? I'm gonna bang my pendant against my leg. What the fuck?
Roll damage on the 24, though.
8 frost damage.
All right, and then roll me an extra d6.
Don't be a 1. I'll kill you. 6. Fuck yes.
All right, so 14 total damage.
Twice what I did last time with a single shot. Both were single shots, but this time I did twice as good.
All right, so you like shoot off a blast through the woods as you're trying to like circle back around towards your teammates. It flies through, strikes true, and hits this thing like right in the shoulder. And you hear this really satisfying, like shattering, clunking noise as you watch as a big chunk of like rib bone falls off, and the shoulder cracks, and its arms kind of like hanging a little bit in place. It looks like it can still move it, but it looks kind of like it looks like when people have like a dislocated arm. It you can still kind of swing it around, but it's kind of hanging by its side now.
I ain't going down without a fight.
Excellent. All right, well, it is its turn. So it realizes you're moving through the woods kind of in a circumvented route. It's very focused on you. It is going to charge in towards the woods that you had disappeared into. But this time, as it's moving its way through, it's going to stop and look down at Norman.
I have no qualms with you, human, but you must get out of the way. You are obstructing justice.
I am justice.
All right. As Norman defiantly yells, "I am justice!" back at this thing, it is going to make one claw attack at Norman.
I'm sure this will be fine.
A 22 hits,
I'm sure this will be fine.
16 slashing damage, and I do need you to give me a strength save, DC 17.
Oh, that's not a thing I'm particularly good at. Oh, unless I get a nat 20.
Fuck! No, dude. Why? You rolled a nat 20 and a nat 1.
Well, like I said, I am justice.
And this is the second nat 20 that was actually a 19
Correct.
in this session. Everybody rolling nat 20s on -1s.
Sometimes you just got to pull through.
All right. So it reaches down, it slashes across your chest with its one good arm, and it goes to slowly wrap its claws around your torso. You like its hand is like almost the size of your chest, and you hear this like sickening crunching noise as its rib cage starts to open up, and it starts to expand and grow, and this thing grows like large enough that you would fit inside its rib cage, and it goes to like jam you into this impromptu prison before you just fucking Hulk out. I feel like you like channel like that great ape you summoned earlier, or you manifested earlier, and like your arms kind of bulge out. You like just Donkey Kong style break out of its hand and drop back to the forest floor.
Yeah. I am justice.
You are not justice. I am justice. We are justice. We will enact hell's judgment and its justice here. Now get in my belly.
Nay, I decline hell's justice, for I bring the natural justice, the natural balance.
That's my boy. Balance. We're all about balance, Norman. You're getting it now. You're remembering it.
Maybe. Debatable.
Give me a history check.
Also, I do want to point out the day I met him, he killed a cop and ate him.
Yo! Since
I
when
don't-
did you become such a rat?
I know. I'm saying I don't know if we're gonna get through. No, that wasn't one of their cops. They don't give a shit about that.
Yeah, but like maybe a little discretion, eh? You still don't know I did that.
Oh wait, I don't even know you did that.
No, we don't.
I didn't say what I just said. I didn't see nothing. What are you talking about?
You would know this if you paid attention during that scene where you guys ignored me.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Tying it back together. Lawrence, it's your turn.
Question. I had a couple of vials. Was it vials of Ice Storm or was it vials of Ray of Frost?
You're supposed to have these things. We went through all this stuff.
Oh, so I had both Ray of Frost and Ice Storm.
Yes, I'd imagine they were both spells that he had vials of.
Okay, then I will. Do I drink it? I guess.
Now you just kind of break it.
Okay. Well, then I'll break it and cast Ice Storm, just so it hits the Wolfman and God, what's it called?
The
Champion.
Howling Knight.
The Howling Knight. Yeah.
The Avatar of Belial.
Yeah. So I'm throwing. I'm throwing this vial so it just hits them two.
Dope.
And if
All right.
if it is the Ice Storm, I believe it is a DC 15 save.
I have it
Dex-
written in mine. It's a bonus action, or is that, or it just says bonus on mine?
The cantrips are bonus actions if you use the vials with the cantrips in them.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but this is the vial of Ice Storm. So it is DC 15 Dex save. They take 2d8 bludgeoning damage and 46 cold damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful.
All right. So I'm doing a save for the werewolf and the Howling Knight. Dex saves.
Oof.
Werewolf passes. The Howling Knight does not very dexterous.
Okay.
All right, so roll me 2d8 and 4d6.
They will take 22 on a fail and 11 on a 22 on a fail and 11 on a pass.
And do me a favor, roll an extra d6 for the cold damage on the Howling Knight.
Extra d6 will be 4. So it'll
All right,
be
so
20.
26 total damage to the Howling Knight.
And the terrain that I threw it down, 20-foot radius will be difficult terrain until the end of my next turn.
Absolute ton of damage to the Howling Knight. It like frosts over. You see the flame head on top of it kind of like flicker a little bit in the ice storm as it's just rattled with like cold and bludgeoning damage. The werewolf kind of curls up in a ball and absorbs a decent amount of that damage, but you can see it's kind of bloodied and pretty hurt as well from that spell. And it was an effective use of your vial. Good job using your items there.
Oh, thank you. I was contemplating keeping it. I'm going to use the rest of my movement to get on the other side of this werewolf that's curled in the ball, so Norman and I get flanking again.
Welcome to the dog pile.
And that will be my turn.
Excellent. After your turn, it is the Flying Devil's turn again. And it is just going to follow you, Lawrence. It comes swooping in. And now it finally has enough movement to actually catch up with you. So it's going to hit you with claw and its tail attack.
Both will hit.
Both hit. 21 and a 13.
What the heck's your armor class again? 10?
11.
You maniac.
He is El Squisherino for 17 total damage.
That will definitely put me in bloodied. You said 17.
See,
Yeah, that's well below. Not well below bloodied, but a decent amount.
alrighty. With that, it brings us to Norman.
I'm gonna turn to a full health polar bear.
All right, you have another wild shape.
Oh yeah, I got one
Back
last
to-
wild shape.
Back to Bearman.
Oh, actually, sorry. Before I actually do that, I'm going to cast Conjure Animal. Oh wait, no, I used that level 3 spell slot for the Majiggy. I'm going to cast Fairy Fire, and I'm gonna get, I guess just the big one in it, but I'm gonna need the Avatar of Belial to make a DC 16 Dexterity saving throw or be illuminated with a bright purple color, because it says it's
That's
my
cool.
choice.
Mike's not already scared of him.
Ah! Now the whole thing's fucking glowing. Ah!
You said a dex saving throw?
Yeah,
14.
a 14, so that's a fail.
Alrighty. So now he's just a big purple werewolf skeleton with a fire head.
Oh fuck! Ah!
And then I wild shape into a polar bear.
As you wild shape into a polar bear, you drop 3 beautiful shiny magic stones on the ground.
They're there though. Anyone can pick them up and throw them.
So I get advantage?
Yeah. Yeah, all attack rolls against this creature have advantage. It also can't turn invisible.
Is that it for your turn?
Yeah, action, fairy fire, bonus action, werewolf, or bear mord.
All right, excellent. So you look out, and Norm and Hugh Man is still just like walking slowly towards all you guys, like very casual, stepping over jawbones and bits of ripped up werewolves and everything, just all this viscera. And he turns to you, Norman. Are you almost there, Norman? Are you almost there? Do you almost remember? Because we don't have much time now. We don't have any more time for this. No more time for these games.
I'd say I remember maybe like 5%.
Excellent. This is not going according to plan. Norman, remember. And he snaps, and the werewolf that is standing between Lawrence and Norman just begins to expand and expand and expand. And you guys are both like, oh fuck. And you like both like turn just as he just pops like a fucking overinflated balloon.
I mean, that's a neat trick, but I don't know if it's jogging my wait, no, I do remember popping a few people.
Norman, I'm trying to eliminate these distractions. I need to get you back because we do not have time. The rift between the worlds is opening. They're going to be here soon. And if we are not together and doing the job we were sent here for, then so help me God, Norman, they're going to fucking kill us.
Well, then let's kill the skeleton and then we'll be on with it.
I shouldn't have to kill the skeleton, Norman. This was never part of the job. Why are you even involved in this?
Hey, didn't you kill a whole village full of frog people?
Yes, they're not supposed to be here either.
It seemed kind of cool, though.
Cool is not the question. God damn it, Norman. These fucking idiots you work with.
Yeah, I'm Special Agent Norman.
You are not Special Agent Norman. You are the Order of Balance Norman. You were once the leader of our circle.
I'm the leader?
You fucking moron. And he like shoots another another tendril into the earth, and like far off in the distance you hear another yelp. There must have been a werewolf. Somebody had missed that was hiding out. That is Human's turn. That brings us all the way around to Mikey.
Okay. Well, relevant question. So I have one of those bonus because I have I think it's a Ray of Frost potion.
Yep.
Do I have to drink
Vial,
that, or
yep.
can I just smash it?
You can just smash it. The cantrip ones were bonus actions, so you can use the Ray of Frost as a bonus action.
I'm terrified of liquids. So throwing it makes sense because I'm just like Fuck it.
you pull it out of your you saw Lawrence do it, and you're like, oh fuck, I've got one of those too. You pull it out, you're like, ah, fuck, it's liquid. You throw it.
I might even have that. I think I have that spell. So let me I could.
All right, so just cast Ray of Frost.
Yeah.
That's a bonus action. You could also just cast Ray of Frost.
Yeah. Or Eldritch Blast.
Is that just a single thing like that, or do you?
Yeah, it's a single thing like that. And then unfortunately, he's going to not hit the Howling Knight.
Wait, he has advantage because it's glowing. Does 15 hit?
Oh, that's right.
Right.
15. Let me see real quick. 15 hits.
Boom. 8 cold damage.
Give me an extra D6 for the cold.
4.
All right. This thing's looking fucked up. The giant flaming head on top is really flickering now. It's kind of like down to one knee. It's slipping around because the ground's all icy from the storm that Lawrence had cast. It's floundering. It is on death's door.
And then I'm going to take out my pendant one last time, and I'm going to really look at it, and I realize it's covered in fucking blood and viscera from like werewolves and whatnot. So I really like fucking wipe it off on my leg. God damn it, these pants just got him. And then I point, and I finally do one last motherfucking frozen ray, scorching ray. Oh wait, do I have enough? Wait, let me see my sorcery points. Shit.
Yeah, I think that was the third one. You should be out of sorcery points.
I have 4 total, and I had 1 missing. That was. I just used 2 because in the 2 shots that fucked up.
Yeah,
right.
This would be the third one. Oh wait,
so I have 1 left.
Yeah.
And I'm going to use it.
The last time you can do it. All right, let's see if you can roll better this time. Give me 3 scorching rays.
Well, the fact that I have advantage now, like if you listen to the recording, listen to my voice and go, Wait, so I have an advantage?
All right, all 3 hit.
It does help
Yes,
with
damage on
the
him.
third one.
I got that fucking viscera off. 8, 6, and 9, and I'm going to give you your fucking 3d6.
29.
29 damage.
All right.
Frost.
Describe how these blasts rain into this giant skeletal werewolf and destroy it.
I'm just like, I'm still flying, so I just point downwards, but it almost looks like I'm standing just midair, and I just point downwards. Oh, what's that fucking movie? Boondock Saints, that movie poster style. And I just a blue like cylinder, the same exact like diameter as my pendant, just comes out, and it puts a hole that big first in like the lower left of its torso, then the top left, and then one directly through where its head and neck would connect.
As it's being just riddled through with these blasts, it turns towards Lawrence.
Oh no!
And it's like doing like that like stumble fall thing as it's being shot and blasted. It turns towards Lawrence, and it says to the demon that has engaged Lawrence,
We're getting one of them at least. This can't be a fully bum out. Just fucking get him back, alright?
Lawrence, I need you to make me a DC 17 dexterity saving throw.
Okay. I might use my
Silvery barbs
uh,
yourself.
yeah.
Well,
Constitution.
we'll cross that
Yeah.
bridge when we burn it.
That's a 9. I will burn the spell slot to silvery barbs again.
All right. Here's
What's
the
the
big
second
roll.
half of the spell say? Don't you get to add a d6 or something to your next skill check? Or save?
For silvery barbs.
Yeah, there's like a second part. It's like you force someone to do a reroll, then you choose a creature and they get to do something positive.
Can that creature be yourself?
Depends
Well,
how
it's on their next check after this anyway, so you can. It looks like it has to be choose a different creature you can see. So you're choosing
Wait.
yourself. You can't choose yourself to give advantage.
It says right after that in
choose
parentheses you
yourself.
can choose yourself.
Yeah, it has.
but it says a different creature. So like if the first if
a
he
different creature
targeted
than the first
this
person.
thing, it has to be a different creature.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. That
Specifically
is
speaking,
Yeah.
that's
what we're trying to
reading
do.
comprehension right there, my children.
Yeah, it's specifically saying don't do what we're trying to do right now.
Yeah. I'm still gonna burn it just to reroll.
All right, reroll. We need a DC 17, baby.
Below my dice, Eric.
I'll do no such thing.
Oh, that's why I'm gonna fail. That's why I get a nat 21.
That's why I blew on it. Yeah.
Why would you ever want my luck to touch your dice?
These fucking nat 20s, man. So this thing turns and it opens as it's falling and dying. It opened the cage up, this elongated rib cage. It opened up. You had seen when it was trying to shove Norman into it, and it goes to fall onto you to trap you in the rib cage, and you're able to just fucking Indiana Jones slide out of there just in time as it falls to the forest floor, and the fire flickers and goes out.
I choose Norman as my next creature for advantage.
Does Norman turn into Indiana Jones specifically for the slide? And then you grab your hat too.
Right, and that brings us to Lawrence.
Oh, we're still going.
Yes, there's still a devil.
Yeah.
It has taken no damage so far. It's been summoned. Everybody's been focused on other stuff. It's the flying one. It's on you like fucking stink on shit.
All right. I'm going to do the same thing I did to the last one and just cast Shock and Grasp for a dirty 20. A flaccid 20.
A flaccid 20 hits. Roll damage.
Hooray, we have a thing now.
It's 9 lightning, and I think there's a save. No, yeah, if he just gets hit, and it's no reactions, right?
Yeah, you can just walk away now.
I will walk away.
All
Just walk away. Yeah, I walk away. 30 feet to the north.
All right, you walk away 30 feet to the north. This thing is like getting shocked. Fuck! God damn it! I fucking hate these fucking people! And it, as the shock kind of like leaves it, it shakes it off. It's like, fuck! Gives everybody the finger and immediately turns and flies after you, Lawrence.
God damn it.
After you had taken off, it closes the distance on you immediately. You guys were right next to each other. It's able to catch back up to you. As it catches up to you, it's flying above you, and it pulls out its claws. The fucking boss better pay me good for this. And it puts its claws into its own chest and rips open its own rib cage. And you watch as blood and entrails and like viscera and gore just rains down on you.
It does nothing.
Yeah, I'm sure I'm fine.
I'm sure you're fine. It lights and catches fire. This magical fire is burning all around you. You feel the fire. It's hot, but it's not unbearable. What you feel that cuts you the worst is this noise from behind you. My son, finally, I get my fucking chance. I need this body. I need you.
Oh, yeah.
I need you to finish my work, boy.
The first syllable I hear of the actual voice, I've turned back into werewolf form.
As soon as you turn into werewolf form, everybody is like staring into the fire. This is the last bit of like conflict left. Watches as the fire kind of like coalesces into the form of a mildly, just slightly larger werewolf than you. Very similar body type, very similar vibe. And this werewolf just reaches its arms around and grabs you in a bear hug. And all everybody hears is 2 loud howls. And you're coming to hell with me, boy. And he just like wrestling style power bombs you over his body into the fire on the floor. And everybody watches as both your forms drop through the forest floor into nothing. And they fall, and the howls get further and further away. And then there's silence. And then there's just rain. And the thunder claps. And the forest grows still.
Mikey.
And that, guys, where we're going to end season 1 of Roll Initiative, Claw and Order, Special Cryptids Unit.
Wait, that's the end?
That's the end of season 1, guys.
What?
Lawrence has been done.
You just done the last done.
Craig, accept me.
Oh, he accepted you. I guess it was just once you started talking during it, maybe?
Maybe.
Yeah. I mean, I had
It
already
seems
said
like it.
something, though.
I believe I'd already said something as well, but you know what? Fuck Craig. You know what? I'm sorry, Craig. We couldn't do it without you.
I never meant to hurt Craig.
I mean, I did mean to hurt Craig.
But tonight, we're gonna murder Craig.
Craig is actually not the final boss of the season, believe it or not.
That would have been funny if he was.
To make the final boss of the season a recording bear that we started using, 10
Is he a
sessions
bear?
ago.
Oh yeah, he is a bear.
I actually had to pull it up to see if he was too.
Yeah, he's a bear with a microphone in front of his face.
All right, since we're all here, if anybody needs to take this time to smoke, choke, joke, rope, or dope,
I'm gonna do two of
Do it.
those things.
Joke so I can rope.
So, 2 bars walk into a guy.
They walk into a guy.
Yeah, he explodes from the inside out because 2 full building structures entered his body.
Damn, I can't think of any jokes now.
I mean, I just said the world's greatest joke. Has nothing else left to tell.
There's the world's second greatest joke.
All right, go ahead. Lay it on us. Extra pressure. Don't crumble.
I'm not googling
Stop
world's
crumbling.
funniest jokes.
Stop crumbling. Stop cheating. First and foremost, stop crumbling.
I can think of one, but it's not even that funny.
Is it the one you're reading off the internet currently?
No, it's just not one I feel comfortable
Nice.
with. Yeah,
Nice. So it's horribly offensive in some manner.
to somebody.
That sounds very specific.
No, it's not. It's very general, in fact.
but can you explain to me in the role play why your Elvis bard Eladrin has a shield with one of the 9 Hell's rulers inside of it? And,
This is an excellent question.
Well, I just like to collect rare things. I had a monkey once too.
you know what? Having a monkey, that's pretty rare.
Defense rests.
You are a rich eccentric person, so I'll buy it.
Oh, shield. It's got a demon in it. At least that's what he told me. I probably bought it for too much.
Exactly. That's
Sometimes I use it to put my peanut butter banana sandwiches on. I use it like a plate, and he yells from the inside.
but it would be